Unfortunately, the information from the drone was corrupted and damaged during the crash of the drone. With that, we'll be sending you back in, and you'll be investigating some of the flight path of where that drone was flying and taking its reconnaissance pictures. And you will have follow-on objectives following that. As of right now, we have UN and French forces in the area providing support. UN is continuing large-scale evacuations into Croatia to get civilians out of Bosnia and the conflict areas. France is providing air cover, which you guys may have been hearing the jets flying earlier. They are conducting offensive and defensive operations to make sure that Croatian airspace is not broken, while also providing assistance to Bosnian forces to help attack the separatist forces on the ground. Italy is also providing help, but they're providing it from naval power and creating a blockade between the channel that separates Italy, Croatia, and Bosnia. That is all I have, LT.
Hey, appreciate the talk. All right, gents. If you guys open your maps, the plan is to get some reconnaissance and intelligence gathering on the town of Pashtine. We're going to LZ, we're going to go in on a helo via Blackhawk through SOAR at LZ White Base located at grid 047072. There are man pads still possible in the AO, so when we get off this bird, once it hits the deck, we need to get off the bird and set a hasty 360 as quick as we possibly can so we can get back in the air and out of the AO. Once that bird has moved off, we are going to start patrolling. You can see the black line. This is not God's line, but this is the direction we're going to patrol to CP Sandrock. Once we get to CP Sandrock, we're going to set up a hasty 360 security, and we're going to look and listen for 1 to 3 mics determined until you get the call from 1-1 or myself. Once we break from that position, I've already overheard 1-1 set up 2 different teams. One team is going to go to OP1, the second team is going to go to OP2. While we're in those positions, we need to maintain and make sure we have 360-degree security on the recon elements looking down into the objective. We don't need anybody coming up on their 6 to blow the positions early. Depending on the information that we gather while we're at OP1 and 2, we will move into the actual objective proper. If you look, you'll see 2 different AP points. You have AP1 for OP1 to the south and AP2 for OP2 directly almost east of them down that terrain feature. OP2's team is going to hard handrail that blue phase line and take care of and clear through the buildings on the main MSR, while OP1 will move into the North Castle proper. Again, this is all fluid. It can change once we get into the positions. But once we clear through that, the limited advance is the connected red and blue line to the south. Depending on what information we have and what talk has for us further, we'll reconsolidate around that line and then start pushing to our new objective. Do we have any questions?
I got 1-6.
Send it.
Tango. What's the plan once we're green to go? What's the plan for Exfil?
So Exfil will ultimately be determined on intel that we've gathered and sent up. If talk says that we've got the information, they're going to pull us directly out. We are going to, depending on contact, we will move back to LZ White Base and do a direct pickup. Before we move to the LZ, we're going to take a different route back just to make verify the area is clear. But as of right now, the information we're being passed is there's more than likely going to be some follow-on missions at this time. So we don't know where that's going to take us yet.
Copy that. Thank you, 6.
Anything else?
Got one, LT.
Said it.
In the aftermath of the first part of this operation, we did engage heavy, well, I wouldn't say heavy, but we did engage mechanized forces. Do we know how bad Hornet's Nest and if they're still operating in the AO?
Yeah, they're definitely still operating the AO, and we have to go under the assumption that they still have light and medium skin vehicles, as well as any technicals that are rolling around. So go into this with the assumption that we will meet the exact same style of force as we did the last operation we were looking for that drone.
Alright, thank you, Mike. All for me.
Got a question on LT.
Send it.
Any civs in the area?
I say that one more time, coming a little broken.
Any civilians in the area?
A-firm, yeah, there are still civilians in the area, so make sure you're checking your shots. Your ROEs, as said on the op board, is a defensive posture, unless the op 4 are acting in a violent or threatening manner. Does everybody understand what that means? So we don't have any errant shots.
Tracking.
Trackers. Good to go. Any last questions before I get Raven up here to talk about our ELZs?
Hey, for real quick, 6. Do you want to touch on the phraseology for the operation?
A-firm, yeah, we can. I'm going to do it in a way that I'm sure everyone will love.
Did have one more question on LT.
I'll come to you at the end. So we have an LZ complete, as in we are on the LZ, the bird is up. I will send the phrase to talk as heavy arms. Checkpoint 1 is Sandrock. Recompositions or OPs are set are Gundam. Once we have eventually made it to our exfil LZ, that will be Barbatos. Troops in contact will be Death Scythe. And if we have a CAS emergency and I send it to talk Epion, that means we are starting to call in French forces and or SOAR forces. If we have the availability for rotary wing, Epion will be CAS emergency. So everybody tracking all those. Tracked.
Tracking.
Okay. A-firm.
It is important, all of you know it, because who knows who goes down. Eventually, the helm of leadership may come down to one of you. That's why knowing that phraseology is important so you can call the correct calls as needed. Lawson, what's your question?
Disregard last. We're good 6. You heard?
Copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disregard. Good to go. Senior and Daniel, get up here and go over emergency LZs that you have set up and then some of the buildings you marked out.
Thank you, LT. Alright, gentlemen, if we want to reopen our maps. After communicating with Mr. Fitch to establish good emergency LZs, we had basically a good 360 around the AO. Our primary emergency LZs are going to be LZ Whiskey off to the northeast and LZ Neptune off to the southwest, with LZ Knife being tertiary LZ as needed. And then, depending on how we're taking contact and needing to break from contact, if it comes to that, I also set our original LZ White Base as an emergency LZ. However, since we are going into this to scout things out, I will say any of these LZs can become a primary or a tertiary, depending how we're having to break from contact. So, if we are having to rally on an emergency LZ, just pay attention to comms and head in the direction that is needed to get us out of the AO efficiently. And then if we look deeper into our AO, all of the inverted purple triangles are points of interest within the town that I have marked. Basically, high traffic areas that I deem, could have either civilian presence or possible combatants. I marked both of the high towers due to the possibility of, potential shooters there, or the possibility of, just eyes looking back at us. So I wanted to mark those so that way everyone is making note of them within the AO. Other than that, I have nothing at this time, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hearing none, back to you, LT.
Thank you, Raven 1-2. All right, gents, with those LZs, like he said, make sure you're paying attention to your comms. If we get into very heavy contact and we have to break contact, one of those LZs will be called depending on the unit's position. There's also a chance that the LZs will have to be split if we cannot reconsolidate. If that is the case, whichever LZ will be picked up first, the other LZ you'll have to hardpoint and control that AO until we can come back and pick you up. Does everybody understand?
Tracking confirmed.
Tracking. Alright, if we have nothing else, 1-1, your last PCCs, PCIs, let me know when you're 100% green to go. Mr. Fitch will be on our way to that bird you got set up for us. You don't see that? Alright, gents, last year check. We can check the last things off.
Hey, 1-2 guys with me over here to the southeast.
Good to go. I'm rocking my standard 416, and per the onboard, I'm rocking 12+1.
Zip ties. Make sure you get
You got zip ties? Yeah, I got my bricks on.
Contreras over here. When you're ready.
What's the name?
Boston, how do I get into fix my get my armband color?
Shit. Go to, crap. It's the, coalition, was it squad interface? Check your settings for squad interface, and it should let you know what your, edit button is. Yeah, I rock blue just so that we could, not really PID, but, keep you organized. There we go, yep. Also, am I coming in 1x5?
Yes, so you fix your comms.
Copy.
While you're fixing your comms, let me know when you're good.
It should be great.
It should be on the ground for you.
Briggs, I'm gonna radio check on 3-0 with you insider, so we can talk on there when we're moving.
Copy.
Any station net, this is 1-2, radio check 3-0, over.
Alright, how do I sound now?
1-2, this is Anvil 6, IB Lima Charlie on tree 0, how me over.
Contreras?
Any station in this net.
What? You're good.
6, this is 1-2, got your Lima Charlie on 3-0.
Jacob,
Alright.
if you want to get your guys on the west side of the bird, we'll be on the east.
Copy. Alright, last minute stuff here, guys. Alright, from OP1, once we hit AP1, Lawson, you will be point man going into the castle. 2-man will be Carolina, 3-man will be Contreras, I will be rear man into the castle. Once we make entry into the castle, given the situation, we're going to try to push direct north. Once we get in the wall, and then try to clear that northern sector, and then push south. Tracking?
Tracking.
Tracking. 6 is 1 at this time, 1-2.
Turn my nose on.
Alright, so the entire time we're moving, Lawson, your point, Carolina, your 2 is right or left, then Contreras, then myself.
Yeah, a little unconventional, but I'm going to separate.
And then buddy teams are Contreras, Carolina, and myself and Lawson.
On the rear, folly,
Bishop, you guys split left and right once we get into the town. Brewer, you're going to be with...
Alright, good to go. Let's hit the bird.
Bishop, you're going to be with me. Brewer, you're going to be with Fowley. Once we get into town, we have to...
Ready to check 1 2 on 2.
On the money if I need something called out with grids.
We get on our phase line after OP2.
I'll be on comms. Just give me a shot.
5, this is to Limit Charlie on 312, over.
Are we on the west or the eastern side?
West side.
Once we
West side.
LT's doing it.
Are we good to board?
West. Whiskey side.
Clear the board.
Hey, Doc, on me.
Movement and him and
Wait for
Angel 1 2.
rocking with 1-2.
Yeah, send it.
Myself and Doc will be moving with your element, and the 24th will be moving with 1-1. Split the command element up a little bit and even out the teams.
Alright,
Go
copy
first.
that.
I'm going first. Doesn't matter which who's going first. Do you want me to swap?
Lawson,
Technically,
get
have to be
up on
running out of
point.
mic.
You're gonna... Or... Carolina, you get on point. Lawson, you're behind him. Contreras behind him.
1-1. This is Anvil 6. I'm going to be moving myself and the Sark with.
Then 6 and Sark will be behind you. I'll be Lawson
disregard.
out.
You have Contreras in your team?
Affirm.
All right,
That's
we're
why
switching
we were
that. I'm
gonna-
moving
yeah.
with. Yeah, I'm switching that. Hey, Doc, on.
Copy.
Hey, 24th.
24th,
Raven
switch
1.
sides.
You two are going to move with Anvil 1-2's team. Since Anvil 1-1 doesn't have a medical frogman.
Copy. You want to switch in the sides of the bird?
Yep.
Copy.
Come on,
Getting it
Danny.
done.
Lawson, plan our movement from CP Sandrock to OP1.
Working it now.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to be doing simultaneous numbers on this. So, my side, Folly 1. Actually, wait one. Mr. Fitch, are we clear to board?
Clear the board.
Take a mic. Folly 1. Brewer 2.
2.
Bishop 3. Call out those numbers, boys.
3 in.
Smith 4.
4.
LT 5.